the guy with the thinning hair, making things on YouTube from his chair, sitting at his workbench, grin so white, he might be there naked, close your eyes. Buckman's Model Mania with plastic.
Hey everybody, welcome. I see. Okay. Just catching up with chat. Ken is here as well.
Good evening, everyone.
And we're going to be working on Hogwarts again, or as I said in Keith's theme, not Lego, not Harry, not Potter, not Hogwarts. So here, Howard just asked, actually, let me turn this light on so it shows a little bit better. Howard asked me to show that if you could see this. That's the floor of my tram for tomorrow. So if you need it longer, Howard, pause. Pause the now Donnie has something to listen to while he paints.
There we go. No. What are you painting tonight there, Donnie?
So, well, it's funny because Donnie says, yay, stream time. And Don says, he's back. No, Don. Buck. Not back. Buck. Let me get these cut open. Finished on step 3 last week. Oh, hang on. I closed the door a little bit and blocked it. Marley was sitting there trying to get out. Even though he's been here for 3 or 4 months, he's still pretty skittish. Okay, he was just checking to make sure he did it right.
Hey, he said, yes, that was long enough.
Did you look at the picture in the book?
And hey, Stephen. Hey, Jody. Hey, Don. Donnie says he's painting zombies.
Oh, cool. He says that he sees that I missed some spots in the floor. Yeah, I could go back and paint it. I might not. So actually, it's a little bit different setup today because last week, one monitor was there, which always gave me this big empty spot between them and made it hard to find my mouse when I switched from monitor to monitor. And the cable for this one over here went bad. So now they're both over here.
So Howard says, wait, where's Ken so I can accidentally ban him? And Jody says he's in Canada.
Yes. Well, Ken is actually on the stream, so you're not going to find him in YouTube. Yes, it's weathering.
Yeah, I could ban him from here.
Yeah, well, that's what's interesting is you could ban him from there.
Yeah,
but he can ban you on YouTube because you notice he has a blue name now.
I see that.
I decided to add him as
an upgrade from the green.
Yep. Well, no, the green is just in. Oh wait, that's right. Upgrade. Green was from the being a member. I made him a mod.
I see that. Yeah.
I might make you one too. Depends on how much you pay me. So I'm going to try and make as much noise as possible with these, and you can see. The pieces that you have to get out, I group them all together like I tend to. And I was looking through while I'm thinking about it. I was looking through 4, 5, and 6, and 5 I might need the mountain, or I do need the mountain. So bring that over as well. Always interesting finding pieces because I use these little, used to be lunch boxes, and then I retired, so I don't use them anymore. And speaking of which, Yay! Christmas came.
Nice.
I know. Wait. Donnie's fly. That's Ben. You emailed him to me. Oh, thanks, Donnie. Really appreciate that. If he gets in the way, I'll kill him. Then you'll have to email me another one. So how have you been, Ken?
It's been going. Had an appointment today with the physiotherapist for the first time.
Did he or she work you out and make you hurt?
No, she just like checked things to start with. Just as it was like the assessment one. See how bad things really are.
Isn't that part of their job? They're supposed to make you hurt.
Well, she did give me some exercises for my knees, so
I could probably use exercises for my knees too. Actually, I can use exercises for my whole body. Both arms are shot right now. My right hip. And then,
oops.
Dash is colorful. Oh,
he is. He changed his account.
Yes, he's got 2 accounts, and the one that is the moderator is the one that will eventually be where he posts videos on.
Nice.
We're going to drag him kicking and screaming into the YouTube verse. I mean, we've already got him coming on streams, which is awesome. Donnie said he'll email me a whole swarm. I already killed a whole swarm this summer. And have you ever seen a fly that just 2 accounts, try 5? Oh, good God, Howard. But have you ever seen a fly that just did not have a good day anymore? It was done. It hated life.
It was stuck in a vacuum cleaner.
Oh no, worse than that. That was the vacuum cleaner was something I did to that. Andrea is getting ready to make some more candles. So she had me heat up, or she set it up. I just kind of kept tabs on it. We heated up some water underneath a couple of the jars that have wax in them.
Mm-hmm.
And I went out there and looked one time. I'm like, you poor son of a bitch. A fly had committed suicide in the water.
Nice.
So just out of curiosity. Go ahead.
Howard says 2 accounts, try 5.
Yeah. And Don says he'll be the lone holdout.
Well, we're getting you on stream anyway.
Yes.
And Gordon's here. Hey, Gordon.
Hey, Gordon. Welcome.
Well, tonight I don't have a full 20 trivia questions. I only have 15.
Very cool.
And it's all on music.
Very cool. And just for fun, just in case, I went out and Googled, and I have, 300 or so Lego questions, just random Lego questions.
Oh, jeez.
And let me see, what is it? Trivia Nerd. You want to write this down because you know how you say you see the answer and you're trying to figure out if you know the answer before.
Yeah.
This one has a function that the answers are fuzzed out.
Okay, yeah.
So, since you've got trivia, I will make this screen big, this one here.
All right.
And hide that trivia.
All right. Well, it is, we're almost 10 minutes in, so I will ask the first trivia question. So question 1 is, who was known as the Queen of Disco in the 1970s? And Jody, I hope Mary's playing along tonight too. She's usually pretty good. Hey, Trent.
I'm thinking.
Don says Donna Summers. Howard says my mom.
I don't know why, but Tina Turner comes to mind.
Don also says Seth MacFarlane.
Yes, Seth MacFarlane is the queen of everything. You know, if we say his name enough on the channel, you think he'll show up?
Ooh, you never know.
That would be hilarious.
That would be shocking.
It would also be hilarious.
Yeah, Trent says Aunt Jemima. You all want some pancakes?
Right now, we're doing little tiny detail pieces.
Donnie says Seth Summer.
Yes. I don't know why, but I was thinking Donna Summer was the queen of soul.
Mm-hmm.
Not disco.
Donna McFarland?
Yes. Hang on. I don't know how bad that was in the headphones, but it was driving me nuts.
So yes, the answer was Donna Summer.
Very cool.
Yes, there we go, Donnie. Aretha was the queen of soul.
Ah, that's right. You better think. Quick, what movie was that in?
Blues Brothers?
Yep.
Or should I let other people answer that?
I was just throwing that out there.
Okay, question number 2. In 1975, what song by ABBA became a worldwide smash hit?
I think I know this one. Because
Yeah,
I believe it is the one that made them popular worldwide suddenly.
Don says, yeah, that would have been Aretha Franklin was the queen of soul. See here. Gordon says Waterloo.
Don't think so.
And then Don says Dancing Ween and then changes it to Queen. Getting a little too quick there typing, buddy. Steven says Waterloo.
I'm thinking it's Knowing Me, Knowing You.
Oh.
I still remember a conversation because my dad, by the 70s, he worked in loud areas, and so his hearing was bad enough that he listened to usually the instrumental channel because he couldn't hear the words anyway.
Yep.
And except for ABBA, couldn't understand the words, but he could hear the tone. And we had a discussion one time on the way home from work about how much ABBA was just a money-making machine.
Yes, they were.
Well, and the funny thing is, where did ABBA get their start? Bonus question.
We got more answers here. Donnie says Mamma Mia. Mary says Mamma Mia.
Marley's still not happy with how wide the door is open. Jordan's no longer cooking food, so I can open the door. Most Americans will not know where ABBA actually got their start. I didn't know.
Donnie says Sweden.
Well, yeah. If you're from Sweden, I don't work with the boys because I used to be one.
Do you mean like something like doing like, you know, commercial songs for
Yeah.
like
How
commercials or
did
something?
they get their start? What
Oh,
brought that group together to get their start?
that I do not know.
I do. And what was funny for a lot of their career,
Oh, Steven says Eurovision Song Contest.
Steven's right.
There we go.
A lot of, you know, I never knew that until I watched the, they won the contest. But I never knew that until I watched, I don't even remember what the movie was, but it was about where they came from. And it was amazing how much they blew up.
Well, the answer is Mamma Mia. So it became a worldwide smash hit in 1975 due to its catchy melody, upbeat tempo, and relatable lyrics. The song's success was also fueled by ABBA's growing popularity during that time, as well as their unique blend of pop and disco elements that resonated with audiences around the globe. The infectious nature of Mamma Mia helped solidify ABBA's status as one of the most iconic and influential pop groups of the 1970s.
Very cool. I know I liked them a lot. I still do.
Yeah, no, for sure. Don also said won a contest, and then Gordon said ABBA won the Eurovision contest with Waterloo, which launched them to the masses.
Yeah, they were actually put together for that contest, I believe.
Cool.
And they still do that contest. I can't remember I never knew the name of the guy who won this year. But Andrea, her favorite song right now is in Italian.
Okay.
Her ringtone is from this guy. I mean, she used to watch that every year like clockwork because we were in Europe.
And yeah, it's as far as I know, it's still a big thing in Europe.
Oh, huge. What's his name? Saturday Night Live guy. Night at the Roxbury. I can't remember the actor's name. Will Ferrell.
Okay.
He did a movie where his character and I think it was his sister where they were doing the Eurovision contest. And they were from Sweden.
Okay. So is that like a snake or something that's coming out of the wall, or?
It is.
Oh.
I have a feeling that this might be where I'm wondering if this is the basement of Slytherin or if that is what's his name? Voldemort's snake.
I guess time will tell.
Indeed it will.
All right, and on to the next question. Question 3. Who sang the famous 1973 hit, Let's Get It On?
Chef. I can't remember the actor's name. Or the singer's name, actually.
Jody says a danger noodle.
Rodney Danger Noodle?
Donnie says, shh, you're not supposed to say that name, Buck.
But why?
The actor is Isaac Hayes.
Yes.
Jody says. And that might be his guess too, I'm not sure. Mary says Marvin Gaye.
Oh. Actually, I was wrong. Mary was right. So we did our telephone inspection today on the house.
Okay. How'd that go?
Not bad. I had to walk around outside with my phone and point the phone at stuff, and the inspector took pictures.
Okay.
We find out in the next couple of days if the insurance, or not the insurance, if the mortgage company is going to be like, yeah, it looks good. Or if they're going to be like, yeah, we want you to do this too. And then I'm going to be like, why?
Dawn says Seth MacFarlane.
He's right. It all started one Monday evening.
So yes, the answer is Marvin Gaye.
So, just for fun, here. That right there is what I've been working on.
Okay.
And there's the danger noodle. It's a great name for it.
Donnie says that name, and then you're not supposed to say it out loud. Dang it, I said it.
He's coming for you, Donnie.
Jody says, I sent him a message and told him that everyone keeps talking about him.
Navi. Not the Navi. You know where the Navi are from, right?
Rings a bell, but I can't say for sure.
Avatar.
Oh, okay.
That's the big blue people were the Navi.
Okay, I've seen the first movie and the second movie. I don't know if I'll watch the third movie. Maybe one day, years from now, I might, but...
When you forget?
Yeah, probably.
Nagami. Oh, Nagimi. Yes. The snake's name.
Ah.
Was wondering why he typed in Navi I. Nagimi.
Autocorrect will get you every time.
It will, except for some reason on a keyboard, on a computer, it doesn't fix anything.
No.
When you're typing into YouTube, it doesn't fix anything, so you look really stupid.
Yes.
Like me.
Either way, you get bit by it, by not having it or having it.
Exactly. I worked with a guy one time who was just really irritated at how much people depend on autocorrect and things like that. And it was, it was also funny to watch him when he would work, when somebody would send him an email and ask him about something that was sent like 3 weeks ago, because then Ed would go through his inbox with tens of thousands of emails.
Jeez.
Well, because Ed never set up a PST. And then we showed him how to set up a PST and how to set up folders. And so he set up a PST and put his inbox into the put his inbox into the PST and never set up folders. So he still looked through tens of thousands of emails for every time.
All right. Next is question number 4. What popular 1978 disco song is famously associated with the movie Saturday Night Fever?
I ain't saying it. You know what the name of the Bee Gees stands for, right?
No.
You do. You just don't realize you do.
Oh, probably.
Bee Gees, and it is BG, stands for Brothers Gibb.
Donnie says, "Staying alive." Steven says, "Staying alive."
I says, "Stand alive."
There's actually another question I skipped in putting into this trivia quiz tonight that actually mentions that the ABBA also had a song in that movie.
No way.
Yep.
That's very interesting.
Jody says, "Sunday Morning Flu."
Yes, that's it.
Ooh, stickers.
Stickers.
Fancy.
Yeah, no, not so fancy. Well, and the thing is, even the real Lego, from Lego, has stickers these days.
Really, they're not printing on the Lego so much now.
No, which to me, that just is wrong.
Donnie now changes his answer to Dancing Queen.
No, that's the one
for the ABBA song. No, that's yeah.
Stickers. Look.
Stickers.
Come on. Focus. There we go. Stickers. I do have to say, I really, really, really like the fact that this is in the PDF because I can blow it up big enough to where I can really see it.
I'm actually wrong. It may not have been ABBA. I'm looking back to the website where I got some of these questions from, and it's another band altogether. Never mind. My bad.
So it was the not ABBA band.
Yes.
There was a teenage, I think actually they sounded teenage. They were probably not that young, but there's a group that came out about 10 or 15 years ago that just did ABBA songs. They were very young. They're like ABBA. I think their name was actually ABBA-esque.
So the band I was thinking of is it was another Bee Gees song.
No way. There was a Bee Gees song in Saturday Night Fever?
And it was the simply named Night Fever.
Is that the one you were thinking about, or is that the answer?
I think that's the one I was thinking about.
Okay.
But the answer to the actual trivia question is Staying Alive.
Night Fever, Night Fever. Is it terrible? I know all these songs by heart.
Well, this is all, if you haven't figured it out yet, this is all 70s music trivia.
Well, what I'm saying is most of us, or most of the people hanging out, were very young back then.
But also that music also had been on the radio for decades after.
Yeah, it came back in the 90s, big way.
Yeah.
It was, what was funny when it was in Canada, and I was the designated driver, and the kids, I'll call them kids because they were, wanted to go to this club, and we went to this club, and I was like, oh my God, disco came back. And I said that, and they're like, no, that's not disco. I'm like, oh yeah, it is.
Oh, we have Saffron 77 here. He says,
hey, Saffron 77.
Hey, and
Howdy.
has a wavy icon.
Yep. And
A Thundercats logo.
I was going to say, I love that logo.
So the next question is question number 5. Which singer in 1971, which singer had a hit with American Pie?
I know that one.
(1971) Name of the singer, American Pie.
Johnny Appleseed.
Jody makes a comment towards the icon there of Ford Cougar. My parents had one of those for his logo.
My brother had a Cougar.
Okay, so Don says Don McLean. Donnie says Don McLean. Stephen Haynes says Don McLean.
So bye bye, Miss American Pie.
Classic song.
Mm-hmm.
Probably playing on a radio somewhere in the world right now.
Absolutely. And if I remember right, yeah, that's the one that has the line, "The day the music died." What was that about?
It was well, do you want me to say anything or no?
Yeah,
because I know we've talked about this before.
Yes.
It was about the plane crash with Buddy Holly. And what's his name? There was a country singer and the guy who did La Bamba.
Frankie Valli.
And
I believe it was Big Bopper was on there too.
Yes. Yeah. So yeah, Don says Buddy Holly death. Yeah.
Yep. And I don't think it was so much just Buddy Holly's death. I think it was the fact that a huge portion of the music scene died on that airplane.
Yeah.
Or Richie Valens, that's it.
Big Bopper and Richie Valens. Okay, there we go. Jody says, isn't Don McLean some hockey guy as well? Yeah, an announcer used to be with what was his name there? Yeah, he was an
Edmonton
hockey
hockey
announcer.
guys.
No, somebody's gonna say it. Don Cherry. He was with Don Cherry. Was it Don McLean or Ron McLean?
It was Don McLean.
No, the hockey announcer guy.
Oh. I knew the singer's name.
Yeah, oh, there you go. Jody says, no, wait, Ron McLean. Yes.
Oh, whose place did he take on the plane? I should know this, but I don't.
Was it a country? No, it was country music singer. It was he just died a few years ago. I think he was Don says famous highwayman. Yeah, I'm trying to think of his name. Don Cherry and Ron McLean. Hockey Night in Canada. There you go, Jody. Oh, who was it?
I don't know if you noticed, but I made a mistake.
Did you?
I did. I stuck this blue piece all the way through these two.
Yep.
They're actually plugged in from this side here, and goes on there like that.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes Legos are forgiving. Other times they kick you right in the canads.
Oh, Don says it was Waylon Jennings.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I knew it was a country music star. I couldn't think of his name.
He did hang out in Lukenbach, Texas.
So, yes, the answer was Don McLean.
That, when I was in Korea, was probably the most popular karaoke song. And it wasn't that anybody sang it. It's just at the end of the night, I forget the guy's name who was doing the karaoke, but we had a military member who did professional karaoke here in the States. He had all his own equipment.
Okay.
That would be the way he ended his show every night. Is the whole room would get up and sing American Pie together.
Nice. Mary says, Buck, he took Tommy Ollip's place after losing a coin toss.
Ah.
There we go. Okay, question number 6. Which rock group is known for the album Rumors, released in 1977? Rock group that released the album Rumors in 1977.
One of my favorite albums of all time.
Don is out of the gate with Fleetwood Mac.
Nope, he's wrong. He misspelled it.
And Mary says Fleetwood Mac.
Yep. Very, very good album. My girlfriend at the time had that album, and we would listen to it all the time.
I have to say, this group does really well with 1970s music. That's why I kind of picked that one tonight.
So you're saying, and I think what you're saying is, we hang out with a bunch of old people.
Yes. Isn't it nice?
It is.
Yep, Steven got it as well. Fleetwood Mac. So yes, Fleetwood Mac is the correct answer.
I do have to say, though, only Stevie Nicks could make her ex-husband play in a group with her new lover.
Yeah.
Only Stevie Nicks could do that. She was brutal when she wanted to be.
Yeah, Fleetwood Mac is known for their album Rumors, released in 1977. The album was a huge commercial success and is considered one of the band's best works. It features hit songs like Go Your Own Way and Dreams, and showcased the band's signature sound of harmonies and catchy melodies. The album's success solidified Fleetwood Mac's place on one of the most iconic rock groups of the 1970s.
Yep. Another group I still love to listen to, and that album in particular.
Donnie says, old. I resemble that remark.
Yes, indeed, you do, Johnny.
You certainly do.
Yeah, but you haven't seen him in person.
No, I've only seen him on like the live streams in Wonderfest.
Yeah, well, and you see the top of his head quite a bit on the
That's
regular
true
live
as well.
streams.
Yep. Donnie
The
says
live
maybe he was hoping for a different kind of trio. Brown chicken, brown cow.
The live streams don't do Donnie justice for how old he is. Oh man, that was cold. Sorry, Donnie.
Okay, I'm gonna take a couple minute break here to get some more water.
Okay, I will be here.
Okay.
Exactly. That was just mean, Don. Mean, Don. But I didn't say anything about you. I now have "Go Your Own Way" running through my head. Okay. So I don't know if you guys noticed, I kind of just did it without saying anything about it. But again, these pieces come as two separate pieces and you have to pop them together. Whoever invented these did a huge favor to Lego builders everywhere. Yes, exactly. I'm just a disgruntled ex-government worker who's not being paid right now because of the shutdown. And because of that, I paused all of my part works today. Yes, I am older than you, Donnie. But I make this look good. I've convinced myself of that. Oh, you moved just in time, Ben. I was going to take your ass out. Exactly. That's why it only points at my desk. Unless I do this. And by the way, Donnie, you're responsible. And of course, it's right there up in the corner where you can't see it. Here, let me help this. There you go, Donnie. You're welcome. What's worse is I'm wearing my Pugly shirt. Too late.
All right, I'm back.
I don't know if you saw, I just burned everybody's retinas.
I saw that. I also grabbed myself a snack.
Oh, okay. So Jody asked how I moved it. Let me see. Can we break the internet here?
You might be able to.
So we're going to share screen. Let's see how badly this breaks the internet. Oh, look. Not too badly.
Not too bad, yeah.
So when I bring that window back up, so you can see the window where my face is at, you grab it and you move it around the screen. That's a second camera. And that's really all you got to do to move the second camera around. Close your eyes. It might turn to stone.
Yes, Jody, on OBS.
Yes. Which is why most of us use OBS, because it works really well.
You can put your logos up.
Yep. Which is why, let me think. I think I've got the logo turned off here on StreamYard. Yeah, I do, because I can put it in there. That's why I end up with double logos sometimes. I just turned it off on StreamYard.
Yeah. And Jody says, thank you.
Not a problem.
Or no, sorry. Don says, thanks, Jody. Sorry, I misread that.
You are welcome. And Donnie's like, you made him do it again. I did. He did. He did. I'll do it again too, Donnie.
Okay, this one's going to require, this next question, question 7, is going to require a long answer. I want the full thing. What was the title of David Bowie's 1972 album featuring Starman? It is a long answer.
I know the persona, but I don't know the album title.
Trust me, this is one I didn't know either. The full answer. I just, yeah.
I looked up and saw Misadventures of Scale Modeling. I'm like, no, that's not it.
Oh, Donnie says, The Rise and Fall of Ziggy Stardust and the Spiders from Mars. That's a long answer, Donnie.
But is it the right answer? I knew it was Ziggy Stardust.
Yes, that's about as much as I knew.
And there's the everybody's favorite David Bowie movie. Those pants were way too tight.
They were.
The funny thing is,
Donnie said, well, you said it was a long answer.
Yeah.
And Jody said Zigmar's Starflash and the posthumous monkey quartet. You're close. You're close, buddy. So close.
now the funny thing about David Bowie and Labyrinth is my daughter, who was my girlfriend's daughter at the time, because I had not adopted her yet, that became her favorite movie.
Okay.
She thought it was awesome. She was 5.
Nice.
No, 4. She was 4.
Ooh. I thought I was a little too young for that movie.
For the movie itself, not really. For the pants, yes.
So yes, Donnie did get the answer right.
Seth
Seth MacFarlane needs Ziggy Stardust Monster.
That is the correct answer. And for answering correctly, you win nothing.
Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
Stupid.
Wait.
You are so stupid.
Wait, I think we have
What
that.
movie was that from?
Wait, there we go.
The Rise and Fall of Ziggy Stardust and the Spiders from Mars. Anyway, that quote I did was from, well, we'll see if anybody comes up with that. That's not an actual official quiz question tonight, but I just figure I'd throw that out there.
You ever notice that nobody ever studies for the quiz?
I do. And Jody got it right. UHF.
Oh.
Steven's heading to bed. You have a good night, Steven.
Good night, Steven. Thanks for stopping in. And Don is claiming irresponsibility for everything.
Apparently. I agree, Donnie. UHF was an awesome movie.
It was. It was a lot of fun.
Hey, mister, you got change for $1? Gee, thanks, mister.
Every now and then, parts of that movie pop into my head like Gandhi 2. No more passive resistance.
Yeah. Yes, who played Stanley the janitor? Somebody who's in kind of canceled culture before cancel culture was the thing, because he said something very racial. My mop.
I don't know.
And the character's name was Stanley Spadowski. I'm trying to think of his last name. I know his first name, and I know what he's famous. Oh, I know what he's famous for.
Being a racist bastard?
Yeah, you could say that. Let's see here.
In that time in the world,
There we go.
That was actually a thing. Michael Richards?
Yes.
Oh, yes, he played
Kramer on Seinfeld.
Well, and see, here's the thing. Just like with Friends, I don't think I've ever seen a full episode.
No? Okay.
Friends, Game of Thrones.
Yeah, like I've seen a lot of episodes of Seinfeld, but I wasn't watching it religiously. And then Friends, I've seen the odd episode.
Yeah, well, and see, that's the thing, is that during the time that all that was popular, there we go. I saw the ding ding win for Donnie. Yep. But during the time those shows were popular, I was overseas.
Ah, there you go.
And, it's one of them things that I was overseas, and most of the time I was over there, I didn't have AFN. You know what AFN stands for?
It's like a military television channel thing.
Uh-huh. But do you know what what the letters stand for?
No. I know I've heard it before, but I can't think of it off the top of my head right now.
Well, the official name is Armed Forces Network.
Ah, yes.
But what everybody that was overseas called it was another fucking network.
Okay.
Well, and what was funny was, I had been over there for 2 or 3 months when I met the guy down the hallway, who I'm now friends with on Facebook. And Marty, it was funny. You want to see something really strange here in this, in the States, probably there in Canada as well. Commercial comes on and you're like, yeah, blah, 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 blah. Marty would get videotapes from home of TV shows, and the commercials would come on, and we all shut up and watch.
Nice.
Because it wasn't AFN commercials.
Yes. Nice.
You know, the commercials with time for timer, those were alive and well into the 90s in Europe.
Howard says, I've seen more Jeffersons, Archie Bunker, and Good Times than all the Seinfeld and Friends put together.
Yes, same here.
Yep. Jody's answer was any fleshy nuggets.
Ooh.
And Donnie said a effing network.
Yes. And then at one point, we got a movie channel on Spangdahlem.
Nice.
Oh, it was funny because one time the wrong movies came on.
Ooh.
They weren't bad movies. No, they weren't bad movies. I knew that's exactly what the thought was going to be, but they weren't the movies that were supposed to be on that night. And so that was when everybody found out that the movie network was on base only, and the company would go to the office and pop in the videotapes. So they were breaking the law.
Yeah. They don't have the rights to show it.
Yep.
Or to air it.
By the way, some people do say that Chinesium Legos are very loose. Here's how tight some of the Legos are. I can't get this part to go in all the way.
That's what he said.
Yes. Needle nose pliers works every time.
There you go.
80% of the time.
Okay, let's move on to the next question. All right. What 1976 song by Casey and the Sunshine Band became a disco classic? Hey, yeah, Keith's not on tonight.
Who?
Keith. It's probably too late for him. So
Yeah. Well, Keith was on earlier.
yeah,
he did
on his stream.
Yep. And he always gets off as he's
Getting ready for bed.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that question again was, what 1976 song by Casey and the Sunshine Band became a disco classic?
Oh, that's right. He's on call tonight. He had a call. His boss said, do your stream and then get to work.
Oh.
So, well, his boss actually, that was actually, I agree with what Keith said. That was really cool of his boss to do that.
Yeah. To let him do his stream. Yep.
Yep. And my answer.
Dawn's answer is get down tonight. Get down tonight. Do a little dance. Make a little love. Get down tonight. Get down tonight.
For some reason, what's in my head is get up and boogie.
Ah.
But I don't know if that was Casey and the Sunshine Band.
Howard says my answer is Wells Fargo sucks.
Good answer. Good answer. I agree with you. Wells Fargo was my bank until they weren't.
Mary says, I'm your boogeyman.
Nice. So we'll take that, put that there, and lock this into place. By the way, the last several steps, we're building this piece here.
Okay. Which is towards the other side's the boathouse.
The boathouse is right here.
Yeah.
What's that all about? Sorry, bad Canadian.
You know, the odd time there are people in different parts of the country who do have YouTube channels that I watch. And sometimes, yeah, some of them you can hear them say boot, a boot. And it's just like, yeah. I see where that comes from.
Hey, Jeff, welcome.
Hey, Jeff.
And that was stage 4. That took an hour.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah, you're an hour in.
Yep. Well, and stage 4 had 2 bags.
Jeff's asking, what are you building?
I'm building a Hogwarts.
Yes, he's building the school Hogwarts.
Yes.
Jody says 2 of my answers in a row didn't make it. YouTube hates me. Don says, join the club, Jody.
If you know what, let's see what I can. Do you have YouTube up, Ken?
I do not.
Oh no, my face is up again. Look down there.
Yeah, I see it in the corner. That's where you put it.
Yep.
And everybody's saying hi back and forth. So the answer is get down tonight. Dawn got it off the bat. Sorry, Mary.
What is your channel name, Ken?
Ken's Hobby Bench. That's Ken with an apostrophe S. Hobby Bench.
Is it spaced or?
It is spaced. I'm a spacey kind of guy, I guess.
Hey, there you are. Cool. So now if you have YouTube up, I'm not saying you have to, but if you have YouTube up and people's comments don't make it, you can let them through.
All right. Pull my phone out here.
Oh, damn. Howard's been banned again. So we need 4 of these mountain pieces and 3 of the corner pieces. These were the ones that were the hardest to know for sure if I had all of them or not. Putting together buildings for your layout. Very cool. Somewhere in here. There it is. Another danger noodle.
There we go. Even that one, Jody, was held up. The one that says, I guess I'm a little too risque.
Wow.
That was even held up. Like, yeah. Jody's other answer was get up on it and shake.
I don't know what's wrong with that one.
And AFN, he also said, was Adult Foot Network.
Yes, there are adult foots on the network.
It cut off Howard's ass fark nuts. Anyway, yep.
Well, Howard, for some reason, Ken said, or not Ken, Don says Howard, or that YouTube hates him. YouTube hates Howard more, I think,
That seems to, yes.
because YouTube blocks a lot of the things he says. It jumps up and says, yeah, Ken needs to ban you now.
So Jeff is saying, I keep adding buildings and houses, and I think my layout is slowly shrinking. Yeah, it's going to take up a lot of space on your layout there. Jody says, on the dance floor, that's dancing. And Jody says, I guess risque is too risque for YouTube, and that wasn't banned.
Yeah. Well, it might be because he's a mod.
Oh, could be.
Oh, look. Lots of snakes.
Ooh. That's like the temple from Conan.
Yeah. I have to say, there were some special effects in that movie that were just outstanding for the 70s.
Like that guy fornicating with a camel?
No, I was thinking more along the lines of James Earl Jones turning into a snake.
Yes, that too. But now you can't stop remembering that part, can you?
No, I can.
The guy in the background fornicating with a camel.
That's allowed, though. It was a time of high adventure.
Yeah.
Remember what the narrator said.
Howard says, it's because I speak my mind, and YouTube is like Facebook. They're too Karen and they're too offended.
Yes.
Jeff says, I had that problem in the past. With the layout? Jeff would like to know what music I can use for my entries. They keep telling me it's okay when I post them, only to find out they pulled the video. I grab a lot of mine from YouTube itself as free of the free music they have. That's what I use. You don't even have to. I always choose the stuff that's where you don't have any. You don't have to do attribution, so you don't even have to say what the song is or who it's by or anything.
You can also use Suno if you subscribe.
Yeah. Don says, isn't it past your bedtime?
Whose? Mine?
I think him and Donnie are going at it.
Yeah. Oh, cool. Howard got his Istanbul diorama today.
Perfect.
Not Constantinople.
He said, obviously they're showing different spots of castle where the movies are, like the snake and the chamber of secrets. There's probably a room requirement in there. There's probably the Great Hall.
Well, I would be willing to bet that the rumor requirements shows up in here only when it's needed.
Jody says, unless you get express permission from the owner, it's best to use YouTube Music. There's plenty to choose from. Yep. Very true, but I mean, like I said, there's some of those, or like Buck said, there's some of those channels you can just, sign up for and use any of their music as well. Well,
and that's the thing is, if you sign up for Suno, anything that Suno generates with its AI, it says right there in the agreement that it is yours to use forever and ever and ever, even if you cancel your subscription. So, and so I have several little bits here and there that I've gotten from Todd, and he has a subscription, so I can use them forever.
There you go. I'm going to move on to the next question.
Uh-huh.
The song, okay, this is question number 9. The song Take It Easy was a hit for which band in 1972?
Not Chicago.
Just yelling, Donnie, go to bed.
And it was kind of funny because when I was in California, we saw Styx in the Yuba Amphitheater while that group was playing in Sacramento.
Howard says Casey and the Sunshine Band.
Yes. No.
Don says the Eagles.
Could be. So we are starting to build a mountain.
Just
these things are really cool. You know, I
so
just realized
a big shaped chunk of Lego that's for a mountainside.
Yep. I just realized something. I was kind of looking and I'm like, the picture seems dark tonight. And it does because I brought the lights down, which is weird. It shouldn't make it darker, but it did.
Interesting.
That did a little bit. But now those lights are almost directly in my eyes. Yes, that's helpful.
So Howard says, that's okay. I'm not playing. I said my only answer was I quit. Jeff said, I saw Styx. And to which Jody says, one time Styx toured with the Rolling Stones. A lot of people ended up in casts that summer.
When we saw Styx, it was kind of funny. We left a little bit early so that it only took us an hour and a half.
Good night,
to
Donnie.
get out of the parking lot. Good night, Donnie. It was an experience getting out of that parking lot or parking field. Because people figured, well, if I go around this way, I can cut you off. And I was like, nope. My bumper could have been glued to the car in front of me.
Don says, night, other Don. Nah, 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 nah.
I missed a piece. This one.
Jeff said he saw Journey in Tinley Park in Illinois.
Nice.
And Jeff says, I saw Eagles at the United Center in Chicago. And so, yes, the answer is the Eagles, which Don got really quick.
I got it sooner than he did. I just didn't say it.
Oh.
I'll give the audience time. Come on. I'm telling you, sometimes these pieces do not want to stick. And it's not that they won't stay on when they get on. They just don't want to get on.
All right, question 10. What was the title of the first ever heavy metal album released by Black Sabbath in 1970? Don says, piss off, Buck. I got to type it. LOL.
Type faster. The Ozman cometh.
Let's see here. So Dawn says Black Sabbath. See if we get some different answers in here. Not that I'm saying you got it wrong or anything, Dawn, honest.
I do have to say that for as much as I listened to him as a younger person, like, because I really didn't listen to Ozzy that much at all.
Mm-hmm.
But I grew to appreciate him as I got older, and it's phenomenal the amount of impact he had on the rock scene.
Howard says The Wall, Britney Spears.
I didn't know Britney Spears sang The Wall. Wow. Learn something every day. So you thought you might like to go to the show. Sorry.
Yeah, I don't want to start talking about Dawn and insinuating that his answer Black Sabbath is wrong, because that is the band name, but I don't want to make him paranoid or anything. Oops. So that was the answer. The answer was paranoid.
I figured that as soon as you said it.
We don't need no education.
I remember the tagline of that movie too, when it came out. And it was, "Don't go straight to this movie."
Oh, okay.
It made a lot more sense when your brain was a little bit impaired.
Well, I also see that Spinal Tap 2 is out.
It goes to 11. That is kind of a unique movie in the fact that it was a movie about a band that didn't exist.
Yes. Oh, and I did end up watching Tron Ares yesterday.
How was it?
Yeah. I mean, it's worth a watch if you can, It's nowhere close to, what the originals were. Some of the actors weren't the best, but, all in all, I didn't mind it.
Well, hopefully the de-aging they did this time didn't look as fuzzy.
De-aging on?
I think it was Jeff Bridges.
No, there was no de-aging.
Well, they in Tron Legacy or whatever it was, the second one, he literally looked fuzzy.
Yeah.
I did not like what they did with that movie. And in all truly, the original Tron was great as a standalone.
Yes, yeah. It had a beginning, a middle, and end. What more could you want?
Yeah.
Had characters. Those characters had development.
It had computers and shit.
Yes. Don says, like watching the Wizard of Oz to the dark side of the moon. Jody says, try it the other way, Don.
I have to say, Windows is starting to irritate me with the amount of AI that is being shoved into it all the time.
Yes.
I move my mouse over onto the PDF, and it goes, we can do AI for you. I'm like, no, I don't want AI. I'm trying to look at the picture. Leave me alone before I cry.
Don says, I've got brain damage.
Don't we all?
Okay, here's another classic. Which group had the hit? Actually, let me rephrase it. Which group had the 1973 hit, The Joker?
I had a 45 from that group.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And if nobody gets the answer, I'll throw out a clue.
Well, Don threw out an answer. He threw out Steve Miller Band.
Well, I'm not going to argue with Don because he yelled at me earlier for disagreeing with my elders.
Ah.
In 1970 something, I don't remember exactly when, I bought the 45 Fly Like an Eagle.
Ah.
That was the one I was thinking about.
You know, I seem to remember when I first started doing trivia and Don saying how he'd never get any of them.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Well, he's getting them now because you went to oldmantrivia.com. Oh, sorry, Don.
Howard says, oh my God, what the heck? And Don says, I'm a joker, I'm a smoker, I'm a midnight toker. Yeah, Jody says, I know the song, but I wouldn't have known the band's name.
It's like, what is it? It's funny how over the years bands change their identity. Because, like, you remember Tony Orlando and Don?
No.
Okay. One of the songs they did was Knock Three Times on the Ceiling. If you want me. That song is no longer attributed to Tony Orlando and Don. It is now attributed to Don.
Ah. Okay. And Don is actually telling both of us to piss off. He says Steve Miller was big back then.
He was.
Yeah, that's pretty much most of these bands I'm mentioning were. There's a couple that, you know, haven't held it as well.
I like Steve Miller. Of course, on the other hand, what do I know? I like what's his name? Big band era. Glenn Miller, his dad, maybe? I don't know.
Yep. Glenn Miller, yep.
And I do listen to Glenn Miller, actually, occasionally.
And Howard's having some drama in his life. He says, I can't play because my friend calling me about her 18-year-old niece who's being maced on by 22-year-old, and they are mad because she has no life experience. How can she if you tell her no? And then Howard says, Lawrence Welk. Oh, I remember watching Lawrence Welk on TV on Sunday nights, I think it was.
Yes, indeed. And I remember the joke that came out at one point. We all knew why Lawrence Welk would say, "It's magic time." That's a very, very bad joke.
Don says, Little Brown Jug. But yes, the answer was Steve Miller Band.
Get in there. Oh, wow.
Is it a messed up Lego piece?
Nope. I thought it was. I've never seen that little tick right there in the corner before.
Oh.
But they both have it.
Okay.
So instead of just grabbing this, it's kind of neat because instead of just grabbing this point and this point, it's actually grabbing the third point as well.
Interesting.
So now we get another big ass Lego piece.
Is that another cliffside one?
Yep. This one instead of the corner pieces,
yep.
The side piece. I was very sad when they started coming out with really neat Legos because I was an adult. And I had children, and so I couldn't really play with them. I had to let the kids have them. But then the kids all moved away, so I can play with all the Legos.
Yay!
Matter of fact, I will probably eventually, don't know if it'll be on video, if it's going to be on the streams. I'm going to finally open the box with my huge Millennium Falcon Lego that has been locked up in a box since we left California in 2019. What happened?
Well, you open up your box finally.
Yeah. That was Ian's squeak there, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, I never opened it because I'm worried about the condition. And I remember how much of a pain in the butt that thing was to build. Just like I can, with confidence, say, don't build a Lego Eiffel Tower. At least not the old one. I don't know about the new one.
Howard's asking, is it the actual Lego Millennium Falcon or a Chinese Lego Falcon?
It's Chinesium. I will gladly say 90% of the Legos that I own or blocks that I own are not Legos because it's insane that I can get them for half or less.
Right. Yeah. Howard shakes head.
They got all my money when I was a kid. And to be honest, some of the things out there from the Chinese companies are better. They do things that Lego does not.
Yeah, modern military stuff Lego won't do.
Mm-hmm.
All right, question 12. What is the title of Fleetwood Mac's 1977 album that includes Go Your Own Way.
Sorry, didn't mean to laugh. Couldn't help myself.
Waiting for Dawn to throw the answer in really quick. I don't know if Mary's
I know
still
the answer.
watching. Sorry to hear that, Howard. He says, I puked today.
No, he's saying that's the name of the album.
Oh, okay.
Hope you're doing okay, Howard.
Dawn jumps in there with the title Rumors.
Yep. That's why I had to laugh. Because we flipped the table.
Howard said, yes, album name.
I puked today. Good effort, Howard. Good effort. So I have these two pieces. I have a pen. I have a pineapple. No.
A pineapple pen. Yeah, that's one of his songs that didn't really catch on so much in North America.
Which one?
Pineapple Pen.
Oh, yeah, it did.
Not compared to Gangnam Style.
Well, yeah.
With its catchy dance. Although I do like the remix of Gangnam Style with Carly Rae Jepsen's Call Me Crazy. Or Call Me Maybe, sorry.
I have never heard that.
No?
I need to find that.
Yeah, I know. It's good. I like it.
Well, because I like both songs.
Yeah. I think that's why it was mashed up, is because, I think they both came out around the same time and both very popular.
Howard's mind is wandering for an album name.
There you go. Yeah, so the answer was Rumors. Dawn is on fire tonight.
Should we call the fire department and put him out?
I think you just, make sure he's on the ground and just stomp on it and kick sand and dirt on it. It should go out.
Ah, there is that.
Although, if you feel like you got a lot of saliva, maybe you can spit on it. If you got to pee, you could piss on it.
No. He's always saying piss off.
Oh, okay.
That's actually something that's kind of funny in the Assassin's Creed game I'm playing. And they never told me this. I just finally looked it up, Googled it, because anytime I got hit by a fire arrow, I just burned until I died.
Don says, stop, drop, and roll.
That is actually what you do in Assassin's Creed when they hit you with the fire arrow.
And Don, I'm glad you remember that one. Do you remember Duck and Cover? Duck and Cover.
Why are we covering up the ducks? What'd they do?
He does remember Duck and Cover. I don't remember it first time around, but I did see the old movie with the turtle. Yeah, I don't know, probably 10 years ago or whatever. And that was more of an American thing, not a Canadian thing, as far as like that movie and stuff, or short video.
Well, they liked to back in the early or late 70s, early 80s, they like to pretend that if a nuclear war happened, somebody would be okay.
Yeah. Hide under your desk. You'll be fine.
You'll just glow a little bit.
And you watch those videos, how badly those buildings get blown away. Yeah, you'll be fine under your desk.
You get under your desk, put your head between your knees, and kiss your ass goodbye.
Goodbye. Yep.
I mean,
all right, let's move on to our next question. Question number 13. Which famous 1974 song starts with the lyrics, "I've got sunshine on a cloudy day"?
You know what? There was a movie that had almost that same name. It was a really
Howard says only you can prevent forest fires.
Actually, no, it did actually have the name of the song.
Yeah. And it had Macaulay Culkin in it.
And it was a very sad movie.
Yes. Howard says, the most accurate movie representation of a nuclear explosion was Terminator, in which Sarah Connor, the world end, and it was done practically with miniature town.
When she's grabbing the fence and bursts into flames.
Howard says black and white.
That's Michael Jackson.
Back in the 70s, he was part of the Jackson 5.
ABC. Easy as 1, 2, 3. I remember watching them on TV. Everybody wondered what would happen when he grew up and his voice changed.
And it never did.
No, it didn't. Actually, it did change some, but not enough to really matter.
Howard says, are you telling me my answer is wrong? Do I need to have words with you?
No, it's not wrong in your world.
So the answer is My Girl.
My girl.
Talking about my girl. My girl.
That's the thing. I every now and then I think about how much I've seen in this world, and that's when I realize I deserve to be old.
Yeah. We've all seen some shit.
Yes. When this baby hits 88 miles an hour, then you're going to see some shit. That's what he said. And it's just kind of odd that then the crew from the Enterprise took his ship and used it as a time machine.
Yes. Yes, they did. Howard says, see, I can't talk about my girl because I don't have one, at least not here. It's okay, Howard. I don't have one either. At all. Not here, not anywhere. Howard says, 88 miles an hour. I'm not sure I want to have kids. 88 miles an hour, period. I'm not sure I want to have kids, period. I am doing something wrong. Sorry, am I doing something wrong? Question mark. I just don't want to regret it. And damn, it picked up Buck's voice.
Must be when I was singing. Do I want to have kids? No, let's not have that conversation here.
I like kids, but I just can't eat a whole one.
And there's always the classic. And I've actually seen this sign at a gas station with a restaurant attached that said, "Kids with gas eat free." Saw that in California.
I'm just thinking of some of the photos I've got to use in Discord.
I like your photos in the morning. Those are a lot of fun.
I'm just looking at some of them. I'm just like, yes. I got a bunch that are like Meanwhile in Canada ones.
Yeah. I like that video. Or no, it was a picture, several pictures. But your Canadian videos poking fun at the U.S., I love them. They're cool.
Yeah, I think today's was the drive-through at Tim Hortons.
Yes.
Yeah.
I even said it didn't say anything about Tim Hortons, but I called it. I said it had to be Tim Hortons.
Yeah. Well, Timbits. Timbits are from Tim Hortons. Yeah, Jody says there's signs around here warning of slow children playing. I put that other one up this morning of red squirrels drive slowly.
Yes, they do.
It's like, why are you letting them drive in the first place?
Well, red squirrels drive slowly, so do old people. Speaking of squirrels,
Squirrel.
we took down the we had a picnic table in the backyard for the squirrels. We took it down and put a couple of feeders up for them.
So they don't have to rob the bird feeders?
We don't have any bird feeders. We don't like birds. We like squirrels.
There you go.
Although it's kind of funny because you can tell what the squirrels like out of the feeder. Because the dried corn, Andrea bought this squirrel and critter mix. And the squirrels are like, yeah, the dried corn, not so much. Let's throw this out of the way. Give me those peanuts.
Oh, yeah, that's right. This morning was the why do I live in a cold climate picture today.
Yes. Yes, it was.
Yep. I forgot about that one.
I saw that spider and I was like, yeah.
That's why I live in cold climate.
Yeah. At one point in time, now it's kind of a little too late. We contemplated trying to find a way to move to Canada.
Oh, okay.
And not for the reason
it would be harder for you now.
Yeah.
As a retired person.
Yep. Well, it would have been just as hard as a non-retired person because I couldn't prove what I could do for the country.
Yeah, yeah.
I if we'd have been able to figure it out, we'd have moved. The only thing about doing it as a retired person, I has income.
Yeah. Yeah. But the thing is, your income still isn't inputting anything into the Canadian government. So to offset your costs for like healthcare and everything else.
Yep. What? You won't
Old
take
age
my
pension.
TRICARE?
Yeah, old age pension, you know, that sort of thing.
Yep.
So,
But I'm an all-around great guy.
oh, for sure.
That and $15 will get you a cup of coffee in the United States now. And I'm talking $15 American, not Canadian.
Yeah. All right, question 14. What 1971 song features the line, "Just a small town girl living in a lonely world"? Such a softball question. Howard says, if you retired to Canada and you're getting Social Security from the United States, it should be allowed and you have to start over. Well, you would have had to have, I mean, as long as you're still getting that money from the US, but I mean, still, what do we say? No, you're now living in Canada, but you can't have health care. Like everybody, like if you're Canadian, like if you move to Canada and you become a citizen, you get health care. I hear people complain about our health care taking so long, but that's because everybody goes to get it. It's like, I mean, I don't have to pay for it. So then, yeah, I'm going to go see the doctor to see what's up.
Yep. Well,
why my leg hurts.
And that's the thing, is that I experienced it with my wife before we got married in Germany.
Yeah.
Because they also have the socialized medicine. And it was one of these things of she would, we'd go in for her appointment or one of the appointment for one of the kids. And we'd have a 2:00 appointment. And so would the other 18 people in the room. Now, I don't know if that's the way it is in Canada, but it was like, I understand this is kind of a, it's a different system, but yeah, 18 people at one time.
Yeah.
And I still remember the doctor's name because I was able to talk to him. He was a retired lieutenant colonel from the Air Force. Dr. Dunn.
Okay.
And then at one point, one of the girls got sick, and I saw something I had never seen in my life. The doctor showed up for a house call.
Ooh.
Yeah. That was in the 80s.
Yeah.
I don't think that happens even over there anymore.
Don't throw out the answer, Journey. Don't Stop Believing was the song he said by Journey. Yeah.
Yep.
So that is the answer there.
Howard, yes and no. Our healthcare would get less expensive if the insurance company would stop trying not to pay for anything, because that's the real problem. The reason the doctors charge so much is so that they can actually get a decent amount for what they do. I said do.
Yeah, I mean, in some healthcare systems, like in the UK, yeah, you can get the free healthcare coverage, but if you want, you can also pay and go to a private hospital and get quote unquote better treatment if you want and pay for it. Or if you can't afford to pay for it, you just go to the regular hospital and it's covered.
Yep.
Yeah, and see, for us, it's like the drug companies don't get to say what the prices are for the drugs. The Canadian government goes, okay, we're only going to pay this much for it. Whereas in the U.S., they're allowed to set their own prices.
Well, and that is one of the things that I'm going to say it. Watch the number of people watching. It's going to tick to zero. That is one of the things that President Trump has said, that he's just like, we're making the drugs and we're paying these exorbitant prices for them. We're not doing that anymore.
Well, yeah, but that's was in place though, because of its your type of economy or your market.
Yeah,
being a free market.
And it's like Howard said, that they charge. Unfortunately, in this country, not having insurance, you can't afford health care.
Yeah. I know when I went down to Mexico, though, I've only been there once, but like you'd go to walk-in drugstores there, that medication was dirt cheap too.
Yeah.
I'd see a lot of Americans crossing the border there back when I went. And they were going in there for the pharmacies and the dental care and the eye care.
Oh, yeah.
I just went to there to go see, like, touristy type stuff. Buy a few souvenirs.
It's like, it blows my mind that my glasses, the ones that I'm using right now, were almost $700.
Yeah.
Why? I mean, material wise, $3.50, maybe $4.
Yeah. That's why they say that a lot of the optometrists don't want to give you your readings for what your eyes are at, so they can charge the prices for the frames and the lenses to get done. Whereas if you know what your numbers are for your eyes and stuff, you can order the lenses online for dirt cheap with some dirt cheap frames.
Well, the last glasses either of us got, well, I got these from I guess you'd call it a private optometrist. We got Andrea's from LensCrafters, which LensCrafters is the store that sells the glasses, where the optometrist has an office in there. And her lenses, her glasses were a little bit cheaper, I think, than mine.
Yeah.
It's just insane the way things are.
Jody says they're not interested in healing people. They're interested in selling product.
Yes. It's just like and I will admit freely that Walter Cronkite probably had an agenda. But it was not near as bad as the agenda that is out there these days. No longer do we have news. We have entertainment.
Right.
Right. What was Don Henley, Dirty Laundry. That song came out in the 80s, and it is more true today than it was back then. It's not about what's news. It's about what's going to get people to watch us.
Right. Well, we're getting closer to the 2-hour mark, so I'm going to ask the final question. Because, yes, but the answer was Don't Stop Believing by Journey. So question 15. Who released the 1976 hit Play That Funky Music?
I think I know that. Hi. I know the song.
Yeah. I think pretty much almost every song that I've mentioned tonight are well known. There's a couple things that weren't, a couple questions that weren't necessarily songs, like number one, Queen of Disco. He says, all together now, Seth MacFarlane.
Yes, it was Seth MacFarlane. That man gets around. And if you can't tell, I just finished.
There you go.
Which last week was 2 packs. This week was, or last week was 3 packs. This week was 2.
Yes.
And this is what we look like right now.
It's
that one needs to get down, get funky. This one too.
Play that funky music. We'll
turn it around this way.
Don says the average white band is my guess.
Nope. Don't think so.
Oh, that is wild, man. Just the way that all
looks.
Know,
when you get it straight on, it looks realistic.
Yeah. No, it looks really good.
When you turn it a little bit, then it's like, okay, that's Lego. But I like it.
Howard says Vanilla Ice.
Baby. Dun, 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 dun.
Under pressure. Oh, sorry.
I'm going to just set that there. That was the shield thing. One of the first things that was made.
Well, I did say one of the words to the 2-word name of the band.
I know you did. I did. I know you did. Would you like me to tell the people what it is?
Okay, you can go ahead and do it.
Wild Cherry.
That is correct. Wild Cherry.
It's like, I don't know. Maybe I grew up with that music or something.
Don says Gap band.
Oh, wait. There we go. Goofy's like, holy shit. Hang on. Let me bring this over. Get it. Point it in there. Let's see. Rotate. There we go. That should be about right.
Don says, see, I don't know everything. No, but you did good, Don. You did really good.
Goofy's like, holy shit.
That's a big snake.
Well, it's the whole snake pit. Okay. So, like I said, Goofy just fell in the snake pit. But appreciate everybody stopping by. Hope you enjoyed it as much as we did. You made a wrong turn. Yes, indeed. Like I said, we're up to stage or bag 5. Bag 6 is actually in that box right there. I grabbed 3 bags, or actually, no, bag 7's over there. There's bag 6. I grabbed 3 bags, having them ready to go, and didn't need them all. But really appreciate everybody coming by. I really appreciate you stopping in and producing for me, Ken. I love
welcome.
when you do trivia. I'm going to run through this as quick as I can because Jody's thing starts in a minute. Do I have a YouTube window up? I think I do somewhere. There it is. So appreciate, like I said, appreciate everybody coming by. Like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to be notified of when I post new content. And our weekly streams run like this. Tomorrow is the Woody Wednesday. Thursday, we have Aligning the Stars. Friday, we have the HTM group live stream. Saturday, we have Canadian Starships, usually followed by Jody, who is actually has a video posting in about, it just posted. Sunday we have the Sunday live stream. Monday we have Don's modeling desk, and then Tuesday is Bricks and Spruce. Keith is on here before I am, and we have a good time usually. I think we have a good time every time and every stream. So Ken, before we get out of here, anything you want to say?
Hey, you guys.
So I am going to say, take care of yourselves, take care of each other. Have a great day. Have a great day tomorrow. See you on the stream tomorrow, and we'll catch you next time.